everyone, welcome back to another video. So today in this video I have a few different pens that Ohuhu has come out with that I'd like to share with you. We have some fine liners, which I absolutely love. You can definitely use all of these in your coloring books, and I'm going to show you quite a few different examples on how you can use them. They also have these liquid fine liners as well as some new gel pens, and the gel pens come in gold, silver, and also white. But we're going to test some of these out today. I am going to swatch them so that you can see what they look like and show you how you can use them in your coloring books. If you check the description box down below, I'll have links down there for my Facebook group, my email list, my Etsy shop, and my Patreon if you'd like to support me there. I also now have channel membership. If you would like to find more information out about that, you can click the join button down below this video. Okay, so the first ones we're going to take a look at are these fine liners. Now, fine liners are wonderful to use in your coloring books, and you could do quite a few different things in your coloring books with these. And I'm going to show you an example of some techniques that I did in this romantic country coloring book. But let's go ahead and open these. They do come nicely packaged. On the top of each one of these fine liners, it is going to have a number. The number is going to signify how big the tip of the fine liner is. The colored ones are going to have a 0.05 tip on them. You're going to get quite a few different sizes in the black ones. You are getting 18 fine liners in this set, but I love having fine liners, not just the black ones, but also the colored ones to be able to use in my coloring books. It is a waterproof ink, and they should be quick drying. I've never had any issues with any of my fine liners after using them either in a journal or in my coloring books with the ink smearing or having trouble with them taking too long to dry. Okay, so if you have seen quite a few of my videos, you may have already seen this video, but this was a tutorial I did showing you how to use a fine liner to create grass in your coloring books. And it's a really fun technique to use, but I just used a green fine liner and I used it along with my colored pencils. I alternated the different colors and used many different undertones of green to make the grass look realistic. But there is a whole video tutorial on this as well as some other ways to use fine liners, and I will link that up in the upper right hand corner so that you can check that out. Now I went and grabbed Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson, and here's another way that I used fine liners in a coloring book. This is again all in that other video that I'm going to have linked in the upper right hand corner showing you exactly how I did it, but I just took my fine liner and moved it back and forth on top of these leaves and just created a little bit of extra added dimension by just creating these really cool little squiggles, I guess you'd call them, on every one of the leaves. But I do love the way that it turned out. It's very different. But if you just use your imagination, I'm sure that you can come up with lots of different ways to be able to use fine liners in your coloring books. I think that this one looks really, really cool because I have colored pencils under here and I used a really bright, bright yellow. It's probably neon yellow. I don't remember because it's been so long since I colored this page, but because it has such a bright color behind it, it really makes the fine liners and the darker colors that I used stand out a whole lot more. And then another fun way to use your fine liners is if you have really tiny little small intricate spaces on anything that you're coloring. You can see that there's a lot of that in these shells here. So with something like this, you can either use your gel pens or you can use your fine liners. But for this one, let's go ahead and grab a yellow, and this looks like it might be a brown. So you can just do something like adding a little bit of color in all these little loop-de-doops here. But I'm gonna go ahead and just lay the color. You could see how smooth these are laying down. But look how easy this is, and it will save you a whole lot of time in your coloring books. And this is a really pretty yellow. It almost has sort of a gold tone to it. I really like this color. If you wanted to, you could even straight color with your fine liners and use nothing else if that's what you wanted to do. But using your fine liners like this is a whole lot of fun, and it definitely saves time. And the color in these fine liners, it's going down really nicely and smoothly on this coloring page. I absolutely love fine liners. I use them all the time. I use them in my coloring books. I use them in my journals. I love using them when I'm doing a coloring page that is very mixed media and I'm using lots of different things. like my colored pencils along with fine liners and maybe some gel pens or some markers, and I'll just bring everything in and I'll use it all on one page. So I did notice on the barrel of these two, it does say Ohuhu colored fine line pens. And then at the end, it does have the 05, so you can see that it's a .05. So it's not just on the cap that comes off. Hopefully you don't lose your caps, but if you were to lose your caps, it does also have it written here on the barrel. So then you can just come in here with this other color, and we can try to add this one right here in these lines. We could add a little bit up here, and I'm trying to just go in a circular motion. If you go in a circular motion with your fine liners, it really helps all of the space to get filled, and it helps color to lay down a little bit nicer. Okay, so I think I might want to grab another color. I think I'm going to grab the orange, and I'm going to use the orange one, and I'm going to see if you can blend fine liners. I've never really tried this before, but I do it with gel pens all the time. So we're gonna try it out for the first time today and see if these blend. So I'm gonna take my orange and I'm going to lay it right here. And then I am going to grab my yellow. Oh, look at that. Oh, how neat. So I'm going to come back over the orange and just pull that through. Oh, wow, they blend. So nice. Oh my gosh. So y'all see, if you just use a little bit of your imagination and try new things, then you can come up with something beautiful. It's always really fun to learn new techniques, but look, these blend just as nice as gel pens do. For them to blend though, you do need to get enough color down there so that the colors can come together, and you can see that I'm just coming back and going back over it with the other color just to spread it out. But look how pretty that is. Oh, I love that so much. So let's go ahead and come back up here and try it again. So I'm just laying it down and blending that yellow right into the orange. But this is super fun. And then I'm just going in a circular motion and just blending the colors into one another. And if you wanted to do this whole entire shell with just fine liners, you can totally do that. The trick is just to make sure that you lay one color on top of the other and pull the colors together while the ink is still wet. But look how cool that looks. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So then I can come in here and color this part in, and I just really want to see how it looks once it all comes together. But that is super fun, and if I just want to use just these three colors and maybe a blend of two of the colors and color in the whole shell, it would be really pretty. So Ohuhu also came out with these new gel pens. I use gel pens a whole lot in my coloring books, especially white gel pens. I love my white gel pens. They're good for creating highlights and making things just pop a little bit more. And I'm going to show you a couple ways in these coloring books that I have used them. I also have a video that shows you lots of different things you can do with gel pens, and I'll link that one in the upper right hand corner. But gel pens are so super fun to use in your coloring books. And you can see here we get 3 gold, 3 silver, and then 6 white ones in this set. Now this set on Amazon right now is $9.99, which I feel like is a really good value because you do get quite a few. Let's go ahead and pull this out. So it just says Ohuhu gel ink pen, and then it has a .08 tip. And if you've seen some of my videos, you know every time I use gel pens, I love having gel pens that have the wider tip on them because it helps the color to move around a little bit better in your coloring books. If the tip is really, really fine, the ink doesn't really spread the same way. Although, if you're trying to do something in a very small space, or you're trying to outline something, a finer tip is better. But I really like the .08 tips. So it looks like all 3 of these are gonna be the .08. So you're getting 3 gold, and then we have the silver, and the silver just says Ohuhu gel ink pen, and then it has your 08. And then we get 6 white gel pens, and the white gel pens are also a .08 tip. So we're getting 12 in here all together. You're just getting duplicates of the same pens. But having white gel pens and gold gel pens and silver gel pens is really nice to have in your collection because I find that I pull them out quite a lot. And I am going to swatch these because I want to see what shade of gold this is. Actually, maybe we should just use them in a coloring book, and I'll show you some different ways that you can do that. Okay, so this coloring book is by Grazia Salvo. I absolutely love this artist and her artwork. This coloring book is Flowers and Gems, so there's lots of different gemstones and flowers in this coloring book, as the title says. But this is a page that I worked on quite some time ago. And the girls in this book have lots of jewelry on. And the paper in this book is really, really wonderful. But if you just flip through the book, you can see that she's got a beautiful choker on around her neck that has lots of gems. And gel pens are really great for these types of things. Here's another page that I started that I really never finished because I could not remember the colors that I used in my luminance set to start her dress. And I never wrote them down, so I haven't gone back yet to finish this one. But if you look at this one, she's got a gorgeous crown on her head, and this would be fabulous to use gel pens on, possibly like the silver gel pens. Maybe we should just try that. So instead of pulling the gold, I think silver would look better on this one because of the colors that have already been used. Okay, so here's the silver gel pen, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you first on this sheet of paper what it looks like and how it lays down. Oh, but look how pretty that silver is. I'll hold this a little bit closer. I have to leave my hand here because my camera is going to go out of focus, but look how pretty that is. I'm just gonna come in here and color in her gorgeous tiara. And the great thing about gel pens too is that you can use them to cover the black lines. So you can see that the black lines are immediately going away and the silver is really standing out off of that black background. But look how pretty that is. And I tell you, these gel pens are definitely going down really nicely, super smooth. And this paper does have quite a bit of tooth, and the gel pen is still laying down really nice. But this is just another fun way to use your silver or even gold gel pens. You could do the same thing with the gold. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this one out. So I don't know, that's a pretty gold. I think it does lean more towards the yellow side, but that is the color gold that you're gonna get from these gel pens. Let me grab one of my other gold gel pens and we'll do a comparison. Okay, so I grabbed another couple gel pens I had laying over here on my desk. I've got the Uniball Silver and the Uniball Gold, and I just want to see the difference in the colors. So this is the Uniball, and that one flows much differently, and you can tell that it is definitely a different shade of gold. This one has a lot more yellow in it. Now I have the Ohuhu Silver, and this is a gorgeous shade of silver. So let's see how it differs from the Uniball Silver. I've had these forever. I'm surprised they're still flowing, but these look very much the same. But you're gonna find that there's tons of different gold gel pens out there, and some are gonna look more like this, and then others are going to have a lot more yellow in them. Okay, so I did wanna show you the other colors that are in here. So you saw the other ones in a coloring book, but this is the green, and then we get a pink, a blue. I think we actually get two blues. Here's a red, and when we get another pink, this looks like a pinky purple, more like a fuchsia. That's pretty. And a purple, or is this blue? This is purple, a dark purple. And then I have another blue, a lighter blue, more like a teal blue. That's really pretty. Another green. I'll put this one up here by the other green. So you're getting two greens, two blues. Let me go ahead and add these here. I have that yellow and the orange, and then I have the brown. And these three colors down here are the ones that I used on that shell. And then of course we're gonna get these different sizes of black fine liners. So this one is the 08. Oh, and then we get a brush one. That is super cool. That would be a lot of fun for your journals or even to do a little bit of hand lettering with. This one is an 05. This one is much finer. This one's the 03. We get a 02. And I would say that this size right here, the 02, is really good for going back over writing or whatever in your coloring book. If you've colored over something with your colored pencils and you wanted to bring it back to life, and I'll show you an example of where I did that. But this is an 01. This would also be a really good one to do that with. And this is a 005. So this one is another good one to be able to do that with, depending on how thick you want the line to be. Now, if you're interested in these fine liners, you can get these on Amazon for $14.99. And again, you are getting 18 of them. I did this one in a video video where I was showing how to use oil-based colored pencils. So after I colored all of this in with my polychromos, it faded out all of the text that was on here, like on the little milk jug over here, and then on the wagon. So I just took a fine liner and I just went back over it to bring it back to life. And that's another really fun thing that you could do with your fine liners. But I use my fine liners for this a whole lot if there's text on my coloring pages. And this was another one in Romantic Country. This is actually the first Romantic Country book, and I've colored quite a lot in here. I really, really love this book. But on this page, you can see there's a lot of little different individual things to color. If you're practicing and you're just learning, pages like this are really, really wonderful. You can see that a lot of these little individual objects on here all have text on them. So this would be a great page to use your fine liners after you finish coloring everything to come back and just go back over the lines to bring that text back to life. Okay, so we didn't really talk about the white gel pens yet, but there's a whole lot of things that you could do with the white gel pens. You can see in this set here where we have the silver and the gold, we get 6 different white gel pens, and of course you need to know what to do with those, right? This is a little bunny that I colored, and I did this in the tutorial video that I keep referring to that will definitely be linked so that you can go back and check it out. I made this bunny look like a little silhouette just by using a white gel pen and going over all of the black lines. And I think I probably also used a white gel pen here on the outside. And then I also did use a gel pen here to outline all the flowers, and then here on the leaves. And then I just colored the leaves in. But that's another fun way that you could use gel pens. You can take your gel pens and go back over images to really make them pop by adding just a little bit of a highlight. So this is a crystal that I was working on, and I used white gel pen to get rid of all of the black lines and create all those reflections that you would naturally see on a crystal. So white gel pens are a lot of fun to use, and they are very much needed if you are coloring gemstones or crystals. I do have tutorials on both of those, and I will link those in the upper right hand corner so that you could check them out. This one is not done yet, but you can see what it looks like here before you come back with your white gel pens and actually add all those highlights and reflections. Ohuhu also sent me these liquid fine liner pens, and this is a 9-pack. These also have the numbers on the tops of the caps of each one of the pens, telling you how big the tip of the pen is. This set here is $14.99 on Amazon. Now, I think the difference between these and these is that with this set, you're also getting all of the colors in there, and these are made with a waterproof ink. It says waterproof, smooth writing, quick drying, non-toxic, and acid-free. And then these are a liquid fine liner, and it says that they have a pigment ink in them. Okay, so this is what these look like. So they do look quite a bit different than the others. On this set, we're getting the black barrel and a big number on the top signifying how big the tip is. And then this one you're getting the white barrel. These are actually really pretty pens. So this one has the B on it, and that is what that one looks like. I assume the B means bold. This one is the 08. This one is the 06. So in the other set with the colored fine liners, you get a 05. This one you're getting a 06. So the next one is 05. And those don't look much different. I think with this one, I was probably not pushing as hard. I'm going to rewrite that 06 just to see. There we go. So it is just a little bit thicker than the 05. I used the same pressure that time on both of them. So this one is the 03. This one is a 02. Now we have a 01. This one is a 005. This one is a 003. That is super, super fine. But again, these would be really cool to use either in your journals if you're someone who journals, or in your coloring books to be able to write over that text like I showed you, or if you have books like this that are filled with portraits. On the eyelashes on this one, I definitely did that, and on the eyebrows, I'm pretty sure that I used a fine liner to come in and make some lines just to make the eyebrows and the eyelashes look a little bit better. I probably even went around the eyes. I tend to do that a lot with fine liners, but these are just some really cool fun ideas to be able to use in your coloring books with fine liners and gel pens. And I hope that this video was helpful. But when Ohuhu sent all of these to me, I thought it would be really fun to make a video and share all of these things, showing you some different fun ways that you can use colored fine line pens or other gel pens in your coloring books, white gel pens, gold gel pens, silver gel pens. But it's a whole lot of fun to experiment with different supplies in your coloring books. You don't always need to stick to just colored pencils, and it is fun to mix your coloring pencils in with all of these other things to create really cool effects. Definitely check out those other videos that I'm going to have linked in the upper right hand corner, because those are full tutorials that I have done in the past. But I definitely think it was super cool the way I was able to get these fine liners to blend together on this shell. I'm going to hold that a little bit closer so that y'all can see. But look how cool it is. I might just go ahead and finish off this shell using the fine liners and nothing but fine liners to see how it all comes together in the end. But I think that was super fun. So if you're interested in any of these pens, I will have them linked down in the description box below so that you can easily find them. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.